Sure, here's a comprehensive and engaging 1,600-word article for a YouTube video on the 1990 Chevrolet Lumina, written in a smooth, flowing narrative without headings. The 1990 Chevrolet Lumina marked a significant chapter in General Motors' history, representing a strategic effort to redefine the midsize sedan and coupe market in the United States. As the spiritual successor to the Chevrolet Celebrity and a direct competitor to the rising dominance of imports like the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry, the Lumina was GM's bold move to rejuvenate its presence in a highly competitive automotive segment. Introduced with much anticipation, the Lumina entered the scene during a period of transformation in the auto industry, where efficiency, safety, and value began to take center stage over sheer size and power. In many ways, the 1990 Lumina was a product of its time, a machine shaped by the demands of practicality, safety innovations, and American family values. It was the first front-wheel drive midsize car built on GM's W-body platform, which was developed to streamline production and improve handling characteristics. It shared this platform with other GM stablemates like the Pontiac Grand Prix and Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, yet Chevrolet's take had a unique flavor that made the Lumina stand apart. Under the hood, the Lumina offered a range of powertrains that catered to different driving needs and budgets. The base model came with a 2.5-liter Iron Duke inline-4 engine, producing a modest but reliable 110 horsepower. This engine was known more for its durability than its performance, and while it wouldn't win any races, it provided consistent and dependable power for everyday commuting. For those seeking a bit more oomph, Chevrolet also offered a 3.1-liter V6, a fuel-injected engine delivering a more satisfying 135 horsepower, which helped the Lumina accelerate with more confidence and cruise comfortably at highway speeds. Transmission choices included a 3-speed automatic as standard, which, though not the most advanced even for its time, was smooth and well matched to the V6's torque delivery. Later in its production life, a 4-speed automatic became available, offering improved fuel economy and a more refined driving experience. The Lumina wasn't built to be sporty, but it delivered a comfortable ride, absorbing road imperfections with ease thanks to its fully independent suspension system, a key feature that added to its appeal as a family cruiser. Inside, the Lumina was surprisingly roomy, with a cabin that could comfortably seat 5 adults. Chevrolet placed a strong emphasis on ergonomics and visibility, and the dashboard was laid out in a user-friendly manner with large, easy-to-read gauges and conveniently located controls. The front bucket seats or optional split bench provided decent support, and the materials, while not luxurious, were durable and serviceable. Standard features included air conditioning, AM/FM stereo, power steering, and power brakes. Optional extras such as power windows, power locks, cruise control, and upgraded sound systems allowed buyers to tailor the Lumina to their preferences without breaking the bank. Safety was a major talking point for the Lumina's launch. Although the earliest models lacked airbags, the Lumina boasted advanced safety features for its time, including anti-lock brakes on higher trims and optional child safety locks. Structurally, it benefited from a strong unibody construction, and Chevrolet emphasized its crashworthiness in marketing materials, a reflection of changing consumer priorities as the 90s began. One of the unique selling points of the Lumina was its variety of body styles. Chevrolet offered it not just as a sedan but also as a coupe, targeting buyers who wanted something with a bit more style. The Lumina Coupe, with its sleek roofline and sportier silhouette, was a modest attempt to inject flair into the lineup. It also laid the foundation for later, more performance-oriented models, such as the Lumina Z34. Speaking of performance, the Z34 variant of the Lumina deserves special mention, even if it came a bit later. It was equipped with a 3.4-liter DOHC V6 engine producing 210 horsepower, a considerable bump over the base and mid-level trims. It featured a sport-tuned suspension, body kit, rear spoiler, and unique wheels, making it one of the more exciting front-wheel drive cars from GM in the early 90s. While not everyone was convinced of its sport sedan credentials, the Z34 earned a loyal following and helped raise the Lumina's profile among younger buyers. Back to the 1990 model, Chevrolet also offered a Lumina APV minivan in the same year. Though technically a separate vehicle, it bore the same name and was part of the overall Lumina branding strategy. The Lumina APV stood out with its futuristic design, composite body panels, and high roofline. It was designed to compete with the Chrysler minivans that were dominating the market and represented Chevrolet's attempt to innovate within the family vehicle segment. In terms of design, the 1990 Lumina sedan and coupe were relatively conservative, but that wasn't necessarily a drawback. The rounded, aerodynamic body was a clear step forward from the boxy styling of the 1980s. With flush-mounted headlights, a gently sloping hood, and minimal chrome, the Lumina looked modern and clean. It wasn't flashy, but it conveyed a sense of practical sophistication that appealed to the core of American car buyers. Colors were typical for the time. Shades like maroon, navy blue, silver, and white were among the most popular. Fuel economy, another key consideration for buyers in 1990, was reasonable for the segment. The base 4-cylinder Lumina could achieve around 23 miles per gallon in the city and close to 30 on the highway, while the V6 models were slightly less efficient but still respectable. Combined with a competitive price point and strong dealer incentives, the Lumina presented a solid value proposition. Sales figures for the 1990 Chevrolet Lumina were robust, aided by GM's widespread dealership network and the model's appeal to fleet buyers. Rental agencies, in particular, loved the Lumina for its spaciousness, comfort, and ease of maintenance, which led to thousands of units being purchased for commercial use. This exposure, while helping initial sales, also contributed to a perception of the Lumina as a bit of a rental special, a reputation that would follow it in the used car market. Yet, the Lumina did what it was supposed to do: provide reliable, affordable transportation to millions of Americans. It wasn't meant to be flashy or revolutionary, it was designed to be practical, dependable, and easy to live with. In this regard, it succeeded admirably. Owners appreciated its smooth ride, roomy interior, and low maintenance costs. For many families, the Lumina was their first new car or the one they drove for years without ever worrying about it letting them down. Today, the 1990 Chevrolet Lumina holds a unique place in automotive history. It's a car that reflects the ethos of early 90s American motoring, a time when carmakers were grappling with shifting consumer expectations, rising competition from Japan, and a new focus on efficiency and safety. The Lumina wasn't a game changer in the way that some vehicles are remembered, but it was a quiet success story that did its job without fanfare. In the modern collector world, the Lumina hasn't reached classic status yet, but it has a growing base of enthusiasts who appreciate it for what it was, especially the rarer Z34 models, which are now being preserved by fans who recognize their significance as one of GM's more adventurous front-wheel drive experiments. Standard sedans and coupes, meanwhile, serve as nostalgic reminders of a time when simplicity, comfort, and value were enough to win over the hearts of everyday drivers. In closing, the 1990 Chevrolet Lumina might not make the top 10 lists of most influential cars, but it was undeniably a part of the American automotive fabric. It represented a reliable bridge from the boxy designs of the 80s to the more rounded, efficiency-driven vehicles of the 90s. For those who lived through that era, it was a familiar sight in driveways, parking lots, and family road trips. It was a car that didn't try to be everything, it just tried to be good. And in that pursuit, it found its place in history. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a video script, with voiceover cues or scene suggestions.